Single-dimensional arrays are covered in Session 8 of the Essential Skills course. An array is the most basic collection type in C#. As well as arrays, C# offers the list collection. This is also covered in Essential Skills. The list collection is almost always preferred above arrays, as it has many features that arrays lack. One thing that a list collection can't do, however, is store a multidimensional collection. Using arrays, you can create collections that have more than one dimension. To begin this lesson, open the Sweep for Minds project from your Sample Files folder. This project is a simple remake of the classic Minesweeper game. Every version of Windows includes the Minesweeper game. You can find it in the Games folder on the Windows Start menu. The Minesweeper game consists of a grid that contains several hidden mines. The goal of the game is to reveal every unmined cell in the grid without clicking on a cell that contains a mine. If the player clicks on a cell that does not contain a mine, numbers are shown indicating how many mines are present in the surrounding cells. By using these numbers, the player can deduce the positions of the mines. Because the Minesweeper game uses a two-dimensional grid, you're going to use a two-dimensional array to create a remake. Open default.aspx in Design View now. Here you can see the layout of the page. There are two ASP.NET table controls on this page, overlaid on top of each other. The JavaScript code on this page checks the CSS class property of the cells in the Table Mask table in order to determine whether there is a mine in each cell. Open the code behind file of default.aspx, and you're going to add some code to create a two-dimensional array representing the grid. Add the following code to the page load event handler. Bool, begin square brackets, comma, end square brackets, minegrid equals new bool, begin square brackets, 9, 9, end square brackets. This code creates a two-dimensional 9x9 array of bool variables. The default value of the bool data type is false, so all of the values in the array will currently be false. You've created a 9x9 two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional arrays are probably the most common type of array, but you can easily create an array with as many dimensions as you need. You could create a three-dimensional array with the code int, int cube equals new int 9, 9, 9. This would create a 9x9x9 array. That's a three-dimensional array. You would set its values in a very similar way to a two-dimensional array. To set the value of one of the corners of this cube, for example, you could use the code int cube 0, 0, 0 equals 10. Arrays are only limited by the amount of memory available to the computer, but it's very rare to need more than 3 dimensions in an array. Next, you're going to add some code to place a mine in your array. Add the following code on the next line. MineGrid 3, 5 equals true. This code sets the value of the element at coordinates 3, 5 to true. Now place 3 more mines in your grid with the following code. MineGrid 0, 3 equals true. MineGrid 8, 4 equals true. MineGrid 5, 7 equals true. You've now placed 4 true values into your two-dimensional array, representing 4 mines in your Minesweeper grid. You'll learn how to iterate through this two-dimensional array and place the mines onto the page in the next lesson. That's lesson 2.7. You may recall from the Essential Skills course that you can create an array that automatically sets its own size. For example, the following code would create an int array with the numbers 1, 2, and 3. Int array equals new int 1, 2, 3. You can do the same thing with multidimensional arrays. Here's the code to create and populate a 3x3 int array without needing to manually specify its size. Int grid equals new int 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This code would create a grid containing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Close Visual Studio now, saving your changes if prompted. You've now completed Lesson 2.6. Create a multidimensional array.